Today we are going to do some questions like how to solve a particular problem or how to create a program. Okay. So our first question is take value of length in breadth of a rectangle from the user and check if it is square or not. Now we have to take two inputs from the user, length and breadth of a rectangle from user, and we have to check whether it is a square or not. Okay, so can anyone tell me the flow of this question? Like how to solve this program with the help of if and else loop. So can anyone tell me like the flow of this program? How to solve it? Okay. So the question is we have to take we have to take two input from the user. Length is equal to input and then the length and then breadth is equal to input enter the breadth. Okay. Then we have to check whether it is a square or not. Okay, so we have to use if and else statement. If length, the variable length is equal to the variable breadth. Okay, then this is a square. In square, all sides are equal. So when length is equal to breadth, so this so you can say this is a square. Else we can print that this is a rectangle. Okay, let's print it and length, let's say 34, breadth 34. So it is a square. Okay, and when we run, let's say 34 and 1. So this is a rectangle.
Mm.
24 and 1. So this is a rectangle. Okay. Now next question. Take two values from the user and print greatest among them. Means you have to compare the values. Which one is greater? So you have to take two inputs from the user. Let's say num1 is equal to int input and the number. First number and then number two is input. Enter the second. Then we have to check whether which one is greater. Then if num1 is greater than num2, then we have to print number. Then we will one complete comma and then the string is greater. Greatest. And then else print number. Number 2 is okay, so we are comparing the two values, whether this one is greater or this one. So true or false. So there's two conditions only. So we are here we are using if and else. So right. Number 1, let's say 34. Number 2, let's say 35. So 35 number 2 is greater. Okay. Okay. Number 1, 34 and 35. So 35 is the greatest. Okay. Let's print 1 and 2. So 2 is greatest. Now we have this question. Take input from user age of 3 people, and by input take to 3 inputs from the user, and the input will be their age, and we have to determine which one is oldest. So let's take the input from the user age 1, or user age 1. We can say that user underscore was and input enter your age. Okay. User number 2 and user number 3. Then we have to use if and else statement. If user 1 is greater than user number 2 and user 1 is greater than user number 3. Okay. So we can say that user 1 is oldest. Then elif. Elif, we have to check for user number 2. User 2 is greater than user number 1 and user 2 is greater than user 2 is greater than user number 3. So we can say that user 2 is oldest. In the AND condition, both conditions needs to be true. AND operator checks this condition and this condition, and both the condition needs to be true. Okay, and then else, what is remaining in user number 3? So we can say that user 3 is oldest. Okay. So then let's run it. And there is, let's say, 34, 35, and 36. So user number 3 is oldest. Enter age. We can set it here and enter age user 1. Enter age user 2. Enter age user 3. Okay. Now enter age user number 1. Let's say 12. Then 15 and then 1. Okay. So user 2 is oldest. Means user 2 15. Okay. This is how we can compare the values. These 3 questions are clear? Any doubt in the flow of the program?
No.
No. This is a loop question. Write a Python program which iterates the integers from 1 to 5, 1 to 15. For multiples of 3, print fizz and instead of number. And for multiples of 5, print buzz. And for the multiples of both 3 and 5, print fizz and buzz. Okay. So means this question means that we have to iterate over 1 to 50 numbers. Let's say 1, 2. And for the multiple of 3, you have to print fizz instead of number. Then 4. And for multiple of 5, you have to print buzz instead of number. Okay. Then 6. Again fizz, and like 7, 8, 9, and then again buzz, like that. And for both multiples of 3 and 5, you have to print fizz and buzz, like we have 35. So on 35, you have to print and buzz instead of the number. Okay. So let's try it. First, let's break the question into multiple parts. We have to make a loop which iterates over 1 to 50. Okay, so we have to we can use a for loop for I in range 1 to 51. Okay, and then print I. Then the question says for multiples of 3, print fizz, and for 5, print buzz. So, and for both, you have to print phase and buzz. So let's get a condition here inside the for loop. If 3 modulus I modulus 3 is equal to 0 and I modulus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, modulus will return you the remainder. Then print phase buzz. Okay. After that, if I modulus 3 is equal to 0, then you have to print only phase. The last condition, you can put in here elif, or if you can use if also. If elif I modulus 5 is equal to 0, then you have to print first. Okay. Else, you have the last condition, you can put here else print I. Simple the numbers. Okay. So let's run it. 151 and 2. See. We have 1, 2, and 3 here phase. 4 and then 5 buzz. 6, 3 digit 6 and so phase. 7, 8 and 9, 3 is a 9 and 10. And on 15, 3 5 is a 59 and 5 3 is a 15. So phase buzz. Okay. So this is the question. You can use if, or you can also use nested if, but you can use else elif also. So it's your choice. Now the next question. Print multiplication of 6 using for and value. Okay. Then we have print multiplication in value using for and value. We had seen this yesterday. Then display 7 multiples of 7 using for and value. Okay, this is also done. You can use this. Display the first 7 multiples of 7 using for and value. Okay. So you can do this with the help of break statement, or you can do this with the help of range function. Okay. So let's do with the help of range function. First, for I in range should be 0, 1 to 8. Okay, because we want 7 multiples. So we will put 8 here. And then print, we have to print data variable here, a is equal to 7. Because we want 7 table. Okay. So a, and then the multiplication sign, comma, and then the I, comma, and then the is equal to sign, is equal, and comma, and then the multiplication a into I. Okay, and then we can write. Okay, so we have 7, 1, 2, 7 multiplication of 7. Okay, then what is saying is we can use it with the help of break statement also. So for a break, we have to define a is equal to 7. For I in range 1 to 11, and then print the statement. Okay, now if I is equal to 7, then break the flow. Okay, run it. See, that's implemented amount. Okay, so we have 7 into up to 7. Okay, you can do this with the help of break statement, or you can do this with the help of range function. Okay, it's your choice. Then we have the next question. Loop a certain program according to the user start, stop, user for, and value. Okay, so we have to take 3 inputs from the user. First, start value, that will be, let's say I, let's say a is equal to int input into the start value. From where you want to start your loop. Then we have enter the end value. Okay, this should be this for I in range A, the start value, B, the stop value. Okay. And then print just I. So, Sonnet, from where you want to start your value, let's say 5. And from where you end it, let's say 99. Okay, so 98. 598. And how can you do this with the while loop? Okay. This one? Yeah. Start value, end value, and then while start value A is less than and the end value B. Okay. And print I sorry print A and then increment the value of A. A plus is equal to 1, which means A is equal to A plus 1. Okay. Let's run it. Start value, let's say 5 again, and value, let's say 8. It is greater than 7, less than. Now we can run it 5 and 8. Because we have 5, 6, 7. This is how you can take the input from the user and print it with the help of while or for loop. Is it clear? This works? Any doubt in these questions? Any doubt in these questions? The
In
flow,
here,
the syntax.
in here, why make a space A space equal to space A plus 1?
This is not mandatory to put a space. You can do this. Like you remove the space. This is also correct. Okay, so it is not important or necessary to put a space.
Okay.
Okay, but for the for the syntax or for making the code much simpler, we can use space like to locate like properly.
Okay,
Okay,
what
so
about
you can
after the print? After the print, you put A plus equal 1 and then hash equal to A equal to this one. Yeah.
incrementing the value. Okay. We are incrementing the value like A plus, we can do this like A is equal to A plus 1.
1.
Okay, the
Okay,
value. This
in
is the
here,
initialized
so
value.
you put the space in here. Space is compulsory or?
Yeah. Where?
In here, you make a space A space equal.
Okay, in here, no? So it is not mandatory to put a space after the variable assigning, or you can like remove it. Okay. It's not mandatory to put a space after the assigning the value or before equal or after equal. You can, it's your choice whether you want to put a space or not. Okay.
Okay.
But you don't need to put a space in here. Print. Yeah, you cannot allow to put a space here. Okay. Just don't use a space unnecessarily. Is it clear?
Yep.
Now the next question. Create two lists and loop through two lists together. Means, suppose I have a list number 1. Let's say list number 1. This is equal to square brackets and then let's say red, yellow, and then tasty. Okay, and then list number 2 is equal to, let's say, apple, banana, and then cherry. Okay, No, you want the output like red apple, yellow banana, and tasty cherry. So how you can execute with the help of while for loop? So for that you have to write for list, let's say for a comma b, okay, or I comma x, any variable in list number one, list underscore one, comma list underscore two, and then print I comma x. Okay, this will throw an error. Okay, you cannot take two variables at the same time in the for loop. So what we can do now? Like let's run it. So it will throw you an error. So if you want to print like red apple, yellow banana, and tasty cherry, how we can do this? We can do this with the help of zip function. Okay, zip. Just put zip before list number one and list number two. Okay. Then let's clear the screen and then run it. Red apple, yellow banana, and tasty cherry. This is how we can like iterate the two loops, two lists together. Okay, but without using zip, you cannot like iterate two lists like parallelly or correspondingly. Okay. So you have to use zip to pack these two variables into these two variables. Like list number two, this will throw an error. Okay. So we want to assign list number one to I, list number two to X. So for assigning these values together in the for loop, you have to use the zip statement. Zip and then list number one and list number two. Okay. And then you can run it in I or X. Okay, you can take any like many values as you want. Okay. This is how you can run two lists parallelly together. Okay. Is it clear? Is it
Yep.
clear?
Go on.
Now we have next program. Write a loop to print 10 integers and their squares using while loop and for loop. Means we want the squares of the 10 integers like 1, 1, 2, 2 to the 4, 4, 3, 3 into 3, 2 to the 4, 3, 3, 9. Okay. And then 4, 4, 4, 4 is 16, like these. Squares of the 10 integers. 5 into 5, we have 25. 6, 36. Okay, so how we can execute with the help of a while loop and a for loop. So let's see. First, we have to take for I in range. Okay, we are iterating over 10 integers from 1 to 10. Okay, so we have to do 11. And then print. First, we want the integers, means I, and then comma, and their squares, which means I exponent, I exponent 2. Okay, then let's run it. So we have 1, 2 into 4, 3 into 3, 9, the square of these numbers. 4 into 4, 16, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 100. Okay, and how we can do this with the help of while loop? We have to initiate the value 1 and then while I is less than 11. Then print. Same you have to print in here. Okay, same see here and then control here. And then you have to increment the value of I. I is equal to I plus 1. And okay, this gives the same out. 1, 4, etc. Now we have the next question. We have to print 10 integers in the reverse order using for loop and while loop. Until now, we are like in integers like from 1 to 10. How can we like iterate over the reverse loop? So we can have like 10, 9, 8, 7 like this. So for I in range, the start argument, the stop argument, and the step argument. Okay. So we can put here from 0, or we can start with 1, from 10, 11, minus and then we have to print the value of y. Then 10 in here and when it was the 10, 0 and minus. Okay. So we have 10, 9, 8, 6, 7 and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 10 is a start argument. Okay, so our loop will start from 10 and ends at 0. So 2, 0. In -1, we'll reverse all your strings. Okay, -1 means this is a step argument. And in minus, it will reverse your integer values. Okay, if you put -2, so it will reverse your integers and it will skip one value. Like so, we have the output 10, 8, and 6, etc. Okay. So 1 means we are not skipping any value. Okay. But with 2, the step argument will skip the one value. So this is how you can type of follow. If you want to reverse any integers, like if you want to reverse up to 100, then up to 100. Okay. Now with the help of while, we have to initialize I is equal to 10. Okay, because we want reverse string integers. Then while I is less greater than 0, then print I, and then we have to increment. But here we have to decrement the value. I is equal to I minus 1. Okay, and then run it. So 10, 9, 8, 6, 7 up to 1. Okay, here we are decrementing the value because we want the series in reverse order. Is it clear? Like how we can reverse a particular sequence of series? Then this question, we have to print a Fibonacci series. Programming in using iterative methods. Fibonacci series is like suppose you have provided five range. Let's say 10 range. Okay, so Fibonacci series start from 0. The first element is 0, the second element is 1, and then it will plus the first and second element like 1, then 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 3, 7, 8. Okay, like this, etc. Up to 10.
So is incrementally adding. Okay.
Yeah, it will like keep on, incrementing the value with the reverse one. Okay, like 0 plus 1, then 1. The first and second element should be 0 and then 1, and then it will start adding the values. 0 and 1, boom. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 3, 8. 8 plus 5, 13, etc. Okay, up to 10. So 0, 1, 2, 7 up to 10 values. Okay. So how we can do this with the help of for loop? Okay, like with the help of any loop. This is sometimes like first we have to take a variable, first value, comma, second variable. We have to assign first and second variable to 0 and 1. So let's assign 0, comma 1. Then we have to take input from the user. Let's say n is equal to int input. Enter the range of these things. Then we have to print, let's say we have to print Fibonacci series. Okay. Then let's start our code. First, we have defined two variables, first and second, to 0 and 1. Okay, like this 0 and 1. Then we have ask her like a range from the user whether he or she wants 10 numbers or 20 range or 30 range, okay, etc. Then we have to loop create a loop from I in range. It starts from 0, it ends up to n. N means this value. Okay. If I is less than or is equal to 1, then result is equal to I. Else, we can put result is equal to first plus second. And then we have to update first is equal to second. And then second is equal to result. And then we have to print out the result. Okay, see. We are taking two inputs from the user. So we are making a two variable, first and second, 0 and 1. Okay, these are the static variables. Then we are taking the input from the user, the range of the series, whether he or she wants 10 range or 20 numbers in a series. So let's say she wants 5 numbers, okay, in a series. So 5 means 0. It will start from 0, 1, and then 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 1, 2, and 2 plus 1, 3. Up to here. Okay, so these are in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Now print Fibonacci series starts from here, and for I in range, it starts from 0. Okay, so it starts from 0 to n number of times. Means n is this value 5. So this means we can say that 0. The range is from 0 to 5. Okay. Then if I is less than or is equal to 1. Okay, if I is, let's suppose I is this one. This I is 0 or less than 1. Then we have the result 0 or 1. Okay, it will like print it like 0 and 1 only. And it will store in the variable result. Then as if the value is greater than 0 or 1, then we can say that we have to update the values. This is a result value. In this result value, we have two values, 0 and 1. Now we are in the result value, we are updating the value first plus second, means 0 plus 1. In here, 0 plus 1, because currently our first variable value is 0 and second is 1. So we are like adding the value first plus second and updating the result variable. And then we are updating this first variable also. Now the value of second is 1. Okay, the value of second is 1 and the value of first is 0. So we are assigning the 1 value to first. So means first value is equal to 1 because the second value is 1. Then we are updating the second value also. So the second value is result. And what is the current value of the result? 1. So 1. And then print the results. So it will print this one. Okay, so it will print the result again. And the value of the result is 0, 1, and 1. Again, it will like loop through this n value. Okay. And now the value of the first variable is second and the second variable is second. Okay. So in here, the result is equal to first plus second. So the first value is 1 and the second value is also 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. And then the value of first is 1 already. And the second value is first. Okay, and the second value is 1. Okay, so first will be 1. And then the second this second value, we assign this result value. And the result value is 2. So the second number value is 2 now. And then it iterates like this. 2 and 2 plus 1, 3 and 3 plus 2, 5 like this. Is it clear? How this loop flows? and series. Let's say we want series 5 range. Okay, so 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3 in here. Okay, so this loop is clear. How is it clear?
Yep.
Okay, Cisco, this program is clear or not? Okay, let me explain it again. The first variable, this is our number first variable and this second variable. The value of the first variable is 0 and the value of the second variable is 1. Okay, now we are taking the input from the user and the range should be 5. Okay, let's say we want the 5 numbers in a series. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now Fibonacci series as it is print. Then for I in range 0 to n means this value 5. So this value 5. And then if I is less than or equal to 11, means I can be 0. If I is 0 or 11, so or 1, then you can print the 0 and 1 as it is. Okay, like so we can store the I value in the result. Then after that, else. Okay, then else result is equal to first plus second. But the value of first, let's say result is equal to first, the value of first is 0 and the value of second is 1. So 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. Okay, now the result current value of the result is 1 here. Now first is equal to second. First is equal to second means the second number value is 1. So we have updated the first value and the first value is now 1 from 0 to 1. Now the current value of first is 1. And then we are updating the second variable. And the current result value is 1 here. So we are updating the second value should be also 1. Okay, and now we are printing the result. So the value is 1 here. Then we are loop the start the loop again. Now the value of the result is 1. And the first second value, the value first is here is 1. So you have to put 1 here and the value of second, the new value of second is again 1. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Okay. Now the value of result is 2. So we have put 2 in here. Okay. And now the first value is the second value. And what is the second value? 1 again. And the second value of the result means 2. Result value is 2 here. And we are updating the second number variable and with the value of result. And the current value of this result is 2. So 2 plus 1, 3 in here. How this 3 came? When the loop start again, result is equal to first plus second. The value of first is 1 and the value of second is 2. So 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Now the new value of result is 3 and the new value of first is 2. Because currently the second number value is 2. So first value is 2. And second is equal to result. And the value of this result is 3. So we have assigned this result is equal to 3 here. Now 3 plus 2, 5. This is how this Fibonacci series works up to the range, whatever the user is provided. Is it clear now? Any doubt in this?
No. No.
Okay. Now we have another question. Write a for loop which reads hello plus each name in the list, like hello Sam, hello Nisa, hello, like this. So let's copy the list from here. This is a list, and we have to loop through this list or IALST and then print hello comma, the list. Sorry, I went it. Okay. And the output. Okay, hello Sam, hello Lisa, hello White, etc. Okay, this is what the question says. Hello with plus each name list. Now, find the sum of all the numbers in a list. So we have to find all the sum of all the numbers in a list. Suppose we have a list. A is equal to so A is equal to we have one. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, so we wanted to list sum of all the numbers inside a list. So 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, and the answer is 15. Okay, by adding these numbers. So let's create a loop. Let's take a list number, list underscore 1 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to let's say 5. Okay, now for I in list underscore 1. Okay, and we have to create a variable in here also, result. Okay, a result which contains a value 0. Okay, and then what we are going to do, we have to update this value. Update like result is equal to result. The value of result means is low plus value of I is I number. Okay, and then we have to print the I. Sorry, print the result. So here we have list number 1. The value is result is equal to 0. So this means we have result. We are updating the value again. Result. The value of result is currently 0. Then 0 plus. Now the loop, the list will iterate over this I. So first the value of I is 1. So 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. Okay. Then it will iterate again. Then the value of I is 2 and the result value is now 1. So 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. This is how it iterates and it will keep on adding until the list end and then print result. Okay, let's run it. Okay, so we have 50. 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4, 10, and 10 plus 5, 15. Okay, you can take any number here, like any big number, small number, and you can run it. Okay. Now the sum of this list is 18899. Okay, where you can use it by calculating the marks of a student, okay, or marks of multiple student or the grade, etc. You can use in that case. Is it clear? This question? Now, loop through a tuple of missed data type and extract only integer value. So we have to create a new tuple. Tuple underscore 1 is equal to, let's say we have a tuple which we have multiple data types. So let's say we have integer also, we have int also. Tuple underscore 1 is equal to parenthesis and then f2, then let's say cherry. And then these are string, let's say int values 3, 4, 5, and then float values also, and then boolean values also. Okay. So what we have to do here is we have to only extract the integer values. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the integer values, and this is the float value, this is the boolean value, and these are the strings. So what if we are going to do? We have to extract only this value. So for I in tuple number 1, if type of I is equal to int, then only print I. Okay. So what if we are doing is type of I, which the type of apple is str. So str is equal to int. No, so it will skip this value. Then cherry. Cherry is also a string. Str is equal to int, so it will skip this value also. Then 1. 1 is a int. So int is equal to int, so it will print I. Okay, so let's run it. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Now the last question. Loop through a list and identify even and odd with the help of for and while loop. Okay, so here we have to identify for loop and while loop. Even and odd with the help of for loop and while. This is a list, and let's say for I in range, in my list. Okay, if I is I modulus 2 is equal to 0, then we have print I. We print I comma even. Else we can print it or I comma. Okay, so this modulus will return the remainder part. Now 5 modulus 2 means we have 5 modulus 2 is equal to 0. No, because when we divide 5 divisible by 2, the remainder will be 1. So means 1 is equal to 0. No. So else statement will print. Okay, let's try it. So 5 is odd, 7 is odd, 8 is even, 3 is odd, 4 is even, 2 is even, and 9 is odd. This is how we can do this with the help of for loop. Now how we can do this? Is it? So these questions are clear?
Yeah. So can you share these questions, please? And then we can practice.
Yeah, I will share these questions and this file. Okay, so you can practice it.
And video.
Okay, for tomorrow, we need to do is string manipulations. Okay, so tomorrow we will see string manipulations. Okay.
Okay.
So any question regarding these questions?
No, that's all good. We just need practice. That's the thing. Yeah.